Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This 2 Corinthians 10:3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. Alright, for we walk in the flesh, but we do not war after the flesh. Alright, being carnal, man, you know, like these niggas out here. Alright, Esau, of course, I mean, you know, that's his blessing, you know, is the sword. You know, that's how he lives, that's how he sustains himself through war. Alright, but even against our own people, man. Alright, because Jake has, you know, adopted all of the ways of Esau. Alright, that's why Jake is a shoot first, ask questions later type of motherfucker, man. Because he's adopted the ways of Esau, man. And Jake has always been like that, you know, no matter what heathen nation Jake is, you know, dwelling amongst, you know, they take on all those characteristics of that nation, man. So Esau, being this violent, murderous demon that he is, Jake has become the same way. All right, just with a little bit more, you know, finesse, if you will, man. A little bit more style. You know, Jake think he cool with his guns and shit, man. You know, like today, you know, I was getting off a little, this little shuttle that I take to get back to the house. So, you know, I get off the shuttle with this next to this other dude, man, and it's a car that pull up, like pulling out of a parking lot that almost hit the dude I was walking by. So naturally, you know, I look back like, what the fuck, you know? Like you would look at any car that almost hit a motherfucker, man, right? So for some reason, this nigga rolled out his window like we got a problem up to Drake on me, man. You know, and you know these demons and shit, man. All right, testing you, trying you, seeing if you gonna get carnal, you know. And of course, you know, through the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, ain't nothing happened with that shit, you know. I guess he just wanted to, you know, flex his power with the weapon that he had, but that's the characteristics of Esau, all right? To, you know, get carnal, man. In that manner over something as small as, you know, somebody looking at your car, man. You know. So that's Jake taking on those characteristics, man. All right, but you know, the weapons of our warfare aren't carnal, all right? And Lord willing, the Most High kill that nigga, man. You know, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you know, got through that situation through the Lord's mercy, but the fuck, man? The Most High destroy that nigga tonight, you know? Alright? But the point I'm trying to make is, you know, us, we can't move like that, man. Alright? Because if I was another worldly nigga, that just would have turned into a murder. You know? Whether it would have been him shooting me or me shooting him, you know, over something that simple, man. All right, but us, we know we have the ultimate weapon, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, protecting us and eventually getting our enemies, man. The scriptures say vengeance is of the Lord. All right, so I believe firmly, you know, as a believer in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that nigga just signed his death ticket, whatever you call it. All right, doing that shit. So in these situations, you know, it's easy to want to get carnal and want to get some type of revenge on these people. All right, but you know, you can't destroy people the way that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai can. You know what I mean? It's only so many ways us down here in our mind can think of shit to do to each other, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai can do shit to people, as I've seen on my walk, you know, that you would never imagine. All right, so in these situations, you know, you can never think to get carnal. or to get some type of revenge on these people. Just let the Lord handle it, man. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. That's a carnal weapon. Alright, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai to the pulling down of strongholds. Alright, all the falsehood in this world. Alright, that the spirit was put on us to take down. You know, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, these words, you know, it is our strength, it is our weapon, man. Alright, but I'm gonna get that in the NLT. It says, 2 Corinthians 10:4. We use Yahweh's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy false arguments. Alright, our job is, you know, as the scriptures say, the spirit of his mouth for the brightness of his coming. Niggas getting slaughtered is the Lord's job, man. He dictate that. Alright. So we use Yahweh's mighty weapons, which is the spirit, not worldly weapons. Alright. The scriptures say no weapon formed against you will prosper, man. You know, and as I look back on that situation, surprisingly, you know, I ain't like fear fell on me or nothing. You know, because I believe Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is protecting me everywhere I go. You know, but it's just, you know, crazy that, you know, Jake is just an Edomite now, man. You know, nigga willing to take it there with you. You better chop me in half, man. But you know, once again, man, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, Lord have mercy on me in that situation. You know, because a lot of motherfuckers may not get out of that situation, you know. But we have, you know, this armor, man. As I'm gonna get into Ephesians, if this phone act right. Go back to KJV. Ephesians 6. Yeah, this Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Alright? Because the wiles, alright, being a trick of the devil, you know, Jake gets, like they say, get tricked off the street. You know? For little situations like that can become carnal. Somebody could get murdered. Somebody could be locked in a fucking cage for the rest of their life. Who knows? You know? But being able to stand against those things is your belief in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's not like you heroic or you tough and shit. You know, Jake like to say, I don't fear shit. You know, because of your fear in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, or you know he's in control of all things. You know, and you know they're gonna come for those who preach this word anyway, man. I ain't talking about, you know, silly niggas in the street with guns. I'm talking about Esau, who whole purpose on this earth is to be carnal. He got all the weaponry. Alright? So you gotta be ready for that. More so than, you know, some damn dirty nigga, man. You know, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That go back to the pulling down the strongholds. That's how we fight. You know, that's our weapon. Just like Jake, you know, call they scriptures the sword, man. It's your weapon. You know, and it's easy to get caught up out here because Jake will piss you off, man. Whether it be something like that, man, a fight, like want to swing on a nigga, man. You don't know. You know, hopefully you don't do that, you know, but these situations do present themselves in this wicked ass, violent ass world, man. You know, but once again, our power, is the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and weapons and shit, and you know, whatever these niggas got out here, man. Alright, but it say, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Alright, the whole armor of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Alright, because, you know, the Lord being your shield and your buckler, alright, is impenetrable. You know what I mean? She ain't like a little bulletproof vest and some shit you got down here. You know, you can't be touched if Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is with you. You know? Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. And, you know, no bullets were shot, you know, but that whole situation was just a fiery dart. You know? And the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is what's gonna get you out of them type of situations, man. You know, I don't want to speak as though I, you know, brave and all this shit. You know, it's just something that happened. You know, but these things happen, they faith builders, man. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah rescued me, man, from a wicked, evil, stupid ass nigga, man. You know. And I hope Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah destroy that nigga tonight, man. You know. What was that? Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. You know, that's our weapon. You know, pulling down these strongholds, not some, you know, gun, man. And I can't wait till Esau run down on you niggas, man. So you niggas can finally realize that y'all ain't shit with them weapons, man. You know what I mean? Scriptures say that, you know, the wicked is the sword of the Most High. I can't wait till the Most High start really spanking you niggas with Esau, man. Really send Esau into all these neighborhoods, man, and just start spanking you niggas, man. You know, praying always, verse 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. Alright, you know, keeping the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, you know, through all situations, man. You know, but once again, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, forgive me out of that situation. It just made me, you know, Spirit hit me with these scriptures, man. You know, that, you know, the ultimate protection is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. There's nothing you can do. Just like in that situation, it was nothing I could do. He really had to drop on me. You know? But the Lord ain't allow that to happen. You know, when it's the protection that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, you know, gives all the saints, man. The hopeful elect, those who believe in him, those who put him first. Doing all things. But I ain't gonna hold you. I hope that video was edifying. Shalom.